Hello, so today I'm going to be walking you all through my process of my wash day and braid out. So basically, I wash my hair about once every 7 days and I detangle it, shampoo, condition, and then style it in about, I'm not sure how many, but a lot of braids on my head, and I take that down sometime within 1 to 3 days after. And this is kind of the process. So this is my hair on, I believe, day 5 or 6 of my previous braid out. And from here, I'm just gonna go through and part it into 4 sections like I usually do. Those things on my wrist are to keep the water from going into like my clothes because I hate that feeling. It's disgusting. And here's the products that I use to detangle. So I use water from that water bottle, it's just straight water from the tap, and then when necessary, I use that leave-in conditioner. And I'm gonna part it in 4 and put it up in those using those silk hair ties. So I started to finger detangle about a month and a half ago, and only finger detangle because I realized that when I first started my natural hair journey, my focus was on hair health, and it took me a while to get there. And then I was focused on length, and I was focused on styles. But I realized that after I got to a certain growth point, I kind of seen my growth slowing, even though my health has been there and is there. And I think that is crucially due to the fact that I'm losing way too much hair, so I'm not able to retain the growth. Because as you can see, I have dyed hair in the back, and I didn't do it for this purpose, but it has been a benefit of this, is that I can see how fast my hair can grow. And it's growing at a pretty adequate rate, so it's the issue of retaining the length, not getting the length. And I believe that finger detangling over this last month and a half has definitely aided in me being able to retain more length. I can see that I'm shedding less hair, uh, an extreme less amount of hair I'm shedding each week, and that is resulting in my hair just being able to stay on my head where it should be. So right here, I'm just gonna thoroughly wet my hair so that it is the easiest basin to work with. My hair is low porosity, so I kind of have to really soak it for a while to make sure that I get water to every strand and that I'm not going to be pulling out my hair because it's not loose or wet enough. So that's what I was doing there with the spray bottle. I love that spray bottle, and I recently broke it, so I'm very sad. I need to go purchase another one before my next wash day. And as you can see, I'm just kind of going in bigger parts at first and detangling the larger, not necessarily knots, but just larger pieces. I should be starting from the bottom and working my way up, even though I'm not doing that. That's what I do with a brush or comb normally, so I should be doing that with my fingers. Sometimes I don't think, or I'm a little bit lazy, as you can see. But you just see me working my way through that smaller section that I divided. I divided that 4th section into 2 just to, excuse me, to make it a little bit more workable. And you can kind of just see how I finger tangle, and if there's any knots, I kind of pay a lot of attention to them so that I slowly get them out. If necessary, as you can see here, I'm putting some leave-in on that specific knot to loosen it up even more and trying to work it out. And if I can't do that, then I heard this one creator say that they trim the knots. Basically, they just cut it off instead of snagging it because that makes it so you're not creating any more split ends. I don't have a pair of shears that I own, but I will be purchasing one and implementing that strategy for my future wash days, just because I believe that would help a lot as well. If you have a knot and you're going to pull it out, you might as well cut it out so that you don't disrupt any more strands of your hair.
rock with, thought you was Persian love. Are we turning up? Are we wasting time? Girl, don't waste my time. No party. I don't just wanna chill with you. Oh no, I wanna turn up on. I wanna turn on. I wanna let you. That's how these summer do. Fuck, I look like I don't wanna chill. I'm kissing you, I want you to feel it. Feel it, baby, can you feel me, baby? Can you feel it, baby, can you feel it, baby? Ooh. Fuck, I look like I don't wanna chill. I'm kissing you, I want you to feel it. Feel it, baby, can you feel me, baby? Can you feel it, baby, can you feel it?
Yeah, so I kind of skipped the rest of my detangling process for the other 3 sections. And when I come back, it will be after I have rinsed my hair out and when I'm about to apply the shampoo. I use a Shea Moisture, their shampoo, which is in the clear and orange container. Can't remember the exact name of that one. But yeah, there's how my curls are looking after the rinse. I think I give a close-up of the product. Yeah. Of course, it's not clear. I think that said Curl and Shine shampoo. So there you go. And I'm just gonna go back again with the shampoo, putting it kind of on the outer edges first, top and bottom and sides, and then working my way into the middle and actual sections. I like to thoroughly shampoo my hair. About once every 2 weeks. I'll do it twice, but I'm not that active. I'm a lazy natural, if I can say so. I know none of being natural can allow you to be lazy, but I'm as lazy as I can be. So sometimes I'll shampoo once, sometimes I'll shampoo twice. But I do like to clarify my hair, seeing that I am low porosity and don't want any buildup, and just that my hair needs to be clean, especially if I'm gonna add on a whole bunch of styling products right after and weekly. So I try to take my time, maybe to tangle a little bit, make sure it gets to the strands, make sure it penetrates my scalp, and just as clean as can be without stripping. I really enjoy this shampoo because it has a sort of slip, like any other shampoo or any others that I've worked with before. It still isn't like the feel of a conditioner, but it definitely does not feel like my hair is drying as I speak and just losing all of its nutrients and moisture. Like, it feels like it's cleaning it, but not stripping it of everything. So I appreciate the shampoo. I heard that Shea Moisture might not be the best, but along the lines of this shampoo, it has done me very well. Better than other brands, at least. And this is the look of my hair after the shampoo. Coming back with soaking wet hair so that I can apply the conditioner. I'm using the Long & Luxe Pomegranate and Passion Fruit Conditioner from As I Am. This is a recent purchase, and I've used it about, say, 3 or 4 times now. I used to use the Shea Moisture one, but I transitioned to this just so I can try out some new products, and so far I am liking it. I don't see a significant difference between this and the last. Actually, I do. This one penetrates my hair, I would say, better, a little more easier, and it smells good. I definitely enjoy the smell more than I did the last one that I was using, and the penetration of the product on my hair shaft. So there are 2 differences that I have noticed. And I'm just reapplying water into certain sections so that the conditioner can get to every strand. I know that with conditioner, conditioners, you don't necessarily need to add more product. A lot of the time, it's just more water and get the product throughout your hair more. As you can see, I just came from the shower area, rinsing my hair. It was soaking wet, and it's already losing its moisture. That's a sign that your hair is low porosity, and something that I have to pay close attention to make sure that I'm getting the best out of my products. So I just add water. The water bottle is my best friend during my wash days. So I take a pretty large amount of conditioner and run it through my hair. I do my hair in 4 sections, 4 to 8 sections, depending on what I'm applying. So I just applied it to that full section. Now I'm gonna go and make it a smaller section and do them in halves. Saturating my hair with water once again. As I said, I'm low porosity and I want to make sure I'm getting the best out of the products that I'm using. Even though I do use a lot of conditioner, I don't want to have to use even more because my hair's not wet enough. So I'm just finger detangling, making sure that the product is from root to end in my hair. You just have to be slow sometimes and patient with your hair. Don't just yank it out. That could have caused a lot of damage if I would have just yanked my hand through my hair when it wasn't going through it lightly or easily. And once I'm done applying the product in a section, I take it, part it into 2, and I twist it up, and I am on to the next. Once I finish doing this for all 4 sections of my hair, I'll tie it up, leave it for about 5 to 15 minutes, and then hop in the shower, rinse it out. So this is me coming back from my shower where my hair is fully rinsed out, and I am going to apply the remainder of my leave-in conditioner. As you can see, I had to be sparse because there was not much left. Hadn't made it to the store, and I can't find the other leave-in conditioner, which is my favorite and my go-to in any stores nearby. I use the Oars leave-in conditioner. I believe it's Olive Miracle, and I just can't seem to find it. I couldn't seem to find it at that time, so I was only left with that one. I usually mix the two. But yeah, parting my hair in 4 sections again. I'm just going to go in with the leave-in while my hair is soaking wet with low porosity. This is great. This is going to help you with moisture retention. I'm adding in more water. Then I'm probably going to coat the whole section with a little bit of leave-in and then divide it in 2 and go more in depth. I might not coat the whole section this time, seeing that I did not have a lot of leave-in, but usually I go crazy on the leave-in because that's what's going to keep my hair moisturized for the entire week. The conditioner and then the leave-in conditioner is what's going to keep your hair strong and healthy and moisturized. Yeah, I did coat it. Okay. I wasn't too stingy. But yeah, I really like this leave-in conditioner, the honey one. But I do see that it causes my hair to be a little bit more voluminous than I necessarily like, and it doesn't stay as defined for as long as I want opposed to when I mix it with the other conditioner, leave-in conditioner, the Olive Miracle Oars leave-in conditioner that's in a green container, clear and green. So this is about the same process that I do with everything else. I just part it into 4 sections, but I work the 4s in halves. Then I run the product through to tangle my hair. Once I'm done, I twist it up, work on the second half, and then twist it all up, tie it up, and move on around my other 4 sections. Got tired of your shit, you almost your mind. Long stay coordinate. You'll continue to try to play these games. Leave your family in the good rain. And I don't think you'll ever change your way. Cause a house is not a home where no one's there. So alone, no one's there. Should I move on since no one's here? You know what you got is good, that's why. Okay, so now we are to the portion of my wash day, which consumes the most of my time, I would say. This is the braid out section. So I'm gonna take down this 4th, probably spritz it with a bit of water just to revive it. I love water during my wash days. I'm just gonna reiterate that. It's my best friend. And I'm going to work in really small sections so that the braids can be as defined as possible. I think as my hair gets longer, I might make my sections bigger, but I have a lot of hair. My hair is very dense, so I work in smaller sections just to get the maximum definition on my braid outs and the longest time for them to last. So the products I use are the Curl Enhancing Smoothie from Shea Moisture, 24-hour edge tamer from Ebin, water, of course, and my fingers. So yeah, I take the Shea Moisture Curl Smoothie first, and I work that through the section, making sure I'm getting every strand from root to end. And then once I do that, I'm going to take a little piece of the edge tamer. This might be surprising to some people, but I'm going to take the edge tamer and put it all throughout my hair. All throughout the section as well, right there. Yep, I'm going to shift it on down and throughout. And this makes my my braid outs last. This gives me more definition. It helps with the stretch, and it makes it last and stay defined throughout. It doesn't get like too frizzy during the week, too short. It does get shorter, but not as much as it does when I don't use this. That has kind of been my secret ingredient to my braid outs that I've been using over the last 2 years is edge tamer. I'm hoping to find a way to use one product basically instead of two. So it might involve using a gel instead of a cream or just another brand. But as for right now, this is where I'm at and it works pretty great for me. Yep, I coiled it in, braid all the way down, braid down as far as I can, coil the end. So I just wanted to come back and show you all how I do the last braid. The back of my hair and the front of my hair are a little bit different in texture. It used to be very different when I first went natural because the health of my hair was just different. But now that the health of my hair is pretty similar throughout my head, the sections are less. There's less differences, but they still are there. So you can kind of see how much I take out, and based on how large this section is, and I just work that all the way through. Smoothing the hair, raking the hair, and I'm gonna start my braid. Try to get it as tight as I can at the base, just so I get the maximum definition. And then I braid down and I coil the end.
You may not be in the mood to learn what you think you know. There are times when I find you wanna keep yourself from me. When I don't have the strength, I'm just a mirror of what I see.
And you can see here, if I ever get to the end and the 3 strands just aren't cutting it, I will shift into a twist and then coil. So instead of braiding, I'll just make the 3 strands into 2, twist down further, and coil. And it's not too much of a difference when I take it down, seeing that it's only a small portion of that one section. So it looks still pretty seamless once I take it out. And you'll see later on, you can't tell the difference. Or you can tell, but it's not too much of a worry. And yeah, there's my full head braided, still wet. That's how many braids I have. I did not count, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna come back, show you how I take them down. And here we are back again. Here is my hair fully dried. I believe this is 1 to 2 days after I had braided it up initially. And within those days, I'll just wear it in like a ponytail or something. I use the castor oil to coat my fingers and hair so that there's less friction when I'm taking them down. Less friction equals more definition, and I am big on definition. So I just take it section by section, and I'm not able to do it for each braid, but when I can, I try to just unbraid it. So I'll grab the 3 pieces where I recognize them and literally reverse braid so that it just comes out in the way that it went in. But that doesn't always work because sometimes certain strands get mixed into another one of the 3 sections, and you just have to kind of slowly determine where those strands went. So when that happens, I take one of the loops from 1 or 2 sections above and then kind of pull it through, and you'll see me doing this a little bit. It's to maintain the definition without causing frizz. Or I'll just take one and pull. Now I will say that this takedown is quite time consuming, seeing the amount of braids that I do put in my head. The takedown can take me anywhere from 40 minutes to 2 hours. And yes, I said 2 hours. I'd say on average it takes me about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Then I just pull apart the braid where it naturally disconnects. So wherever my hair wants to separate, I let it. Otherwise, I'm going to increase frizz. Yeah, and so I just wanted to come back and document the takedown of the last braid. So as you can see, I'm kind of slowly just figuring out where these strands of the 3 parts are, and then once I grab them, I'm going to try to reverse braid, and if I can't do that, then I'll just pull. There we go. This is what I mean by like reverse braiding. See, it was messing up, so I just pulled from one of the sections above and loosened whatever was tangling it, and did that again. Just kind of showing you what it looks like without picking it apart, separating it. And this is my hair. It's not stretched, it's not picked, it's nothing done to it other than taking the braids out and separating them. And this is how I wear it. This has been my go-to style for the last probably year, and I just love it. Let me know if you have questions.